So I moved to the States 4.5 years ago, and I wrote Skin the Feature, but no one wanted to do it because most producers told me that, like, Hillary is about to become president, and there aren't neo-Nazis in the States. It's like just a bunch of people. It's not really a problem. So I was bummed, and no one wanted to give me the money to do the film about Brian Widener. So Sharon Maimon, who is a good friend of mine from Israel, called me and said, "Hey, I got a great idea for a short, and it's about the same subject that you're dealing with in your feature." And he brought this, I don't want to say what he brought, but this kind of a patent, this cool concept. And I said, "This is crazy." And I saw kind of a article about a neo-Nazi father who taught his son how to shoot illegal Mexicans in the border, and he was 10, the son, and when one night the father came home drunk at 2 a.m., and the son shot him in the head. So that kind of a complete, for me, the entire story with Sharon's idea, and together we wrote it over the weekend. So once I did the short with my wife, Jamie Ray Newman, who produced it, um, then we started sending it to producers, and then Trump got elected, Charlottesville happened, and the massacre at the synagogue happened. So everything became about pockets and people that are skinheads, and it became like a national problem until today. Look what happened like 2 days ago in the synagogue. So then the feature happened, and suddenly it was in the zeitgeist. So the short ignite kind of the feature, but it's not the same story. It's about the same subject matter. It's amazing how the short is kind of uh, 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 complete the feature, and they both like feed on each other. So you can see the correlation between both, and they both speak about the same problem, but it's almost like an opposite thing, because in the short, it's about a neo-Nazi kind of like even like a racist man that learned what racism is on his own skin. In the feature, it's about neo-Nazi skinhead who tries to, take off all the hate and tattoos off of his skin to become a better person. So it's almost like the opposite, um, you know, um, uh, procedure. Look, I'm not objective, but I think that Jamie Bell did a phenomenal, brilliant job in Skin. He completely dove into this role. He spent 3 months with Brian Widener in New Mexico. Just learning him. He gained like 30 pounds. He really went into this dark mindset that allowed him to just go for it. And throughout the shootings, he stayed with the tattoos on. He didn't take them off almost every day. So it's like this guy lived with the Brian Widener and being a neo-Nazi skinhead through the 25 days of shooting. And of course, Jamie Bell you wouldn't recognize him in terms of like, he is so powerful yet so vulnerable. And he's so intelligent. He's such an intelligent actor that, I just watched him, and I was overwhelmed because he did such a great job preparing for that role that we had this communication between us that was so minimal that I just enjoyed seeing him as Brian, and the connection between him and Danielle McDonald that was so amazing. And I'm so lucky to be working with Jamie Bell, and hopefully we could work again in the future. Look, Brian Widener and I met 5 years ago. He was the first neo-Nazi skinhead I met. I'm the first Israeli Jew he met. So it was kind of, we met in a coffee shop in a no man's land, kind of like, it was bizarre, surreal, but we became best friends. And he came to my house, I came to his house. He became like family, which get to show you that it's all about brainwashing those kids since they're 10 or 8. It's like, it's all about hate that you've been taught as a kid. Because he told me, I hated Jews and I didn't understand why. I didn't even know why I hate people, because they told him to hate. And it's just, that's the message of the film, that, you know, lot of these people are being taught since they're kids to hate, and when they want to do the shift to become better people, we need to have an open door for acceptance.